Alanna Inteview, welcome home. We're glad that you're
Thank you.
here. Wow, it's great to see you.
Good to see you too.
So, we just want to find out a little bit about you and
Okay.
how we can support you and kind of what's been going on. So let's start with how long you've been coming to the Quest. How old were you when you remember
I was
showing up?
probably about 7, and I'm 19 now, so it's definitely over 10 years.
It's
Well
been
over 10
it's
years.
been a long time.
Yeah.
So tell us what you're doing now. You're obviously in a U.S. Air Force
I have a
uniform.
uniform. I'm at the Air Force Academy. I'm a 4th class cadet, which means I'm a freshman. And I graduated high school in 2012, so this was my second round at the academy. I just got through recognition, which means I'm done with all my freshman training, and I'm getting ready to move on to be an upperclassman.
Wow. And how many people are in your class?
We have 1,100 cadets,
And how many of those are women?
250.
Is that an advantage, a disadvantage? Are you treated any differently?
Personally, I think it's an advantage just from what I like. I mean, I don't have to deal with any of the girl drama, and it's also nice to be around so many guys that I know have my back no matter what, and they all just treat me just like a normal person, just like one of the guys, and that's awesome. I mean, we're all the same.
So when did you know that this is the direction you wanted to go? You wanted to go to the Air Force Academy.
My interest kind of started around like sophomore year, and then junior year after I visited in February, I was for sure 100% needed to go there.
What was it about it that was so appealing to you?
After I visited, I just came out and felt really at home there, and like I fit in with everyone. I still feel that way today, but I think that was one of the biggest things that I liked, is that everyone was kind of on the same page. You know, we were all equally motivated in school and academics, but then also physically and militarily as well. So I think it was nice that I was like finally felt surrounded by kids who were all like equally driven.
You've had some physical difficulties since you've been there, really. So
Definitely.
tell us about that just a little bit.
Okay, well, first time I went to the academy was right after my senior graduation, and I got sent home on the first day. They did an MRI of my foot, and they thought it was bone death. And they said if I tried to go through our boot camp that I'd most likely have, like my foot would collapse and I need emergency surgery. So I came home and had surgery again and was doing physical therapy, and everything was going really well. And then this year when I came back and started boot camp again, my foot really worsened. And boot camp was just really hard on it. And I was on a medical review board the whole time I was there, and they didn't know until 3 days until the end of boot camp that I was going to be staying. And then just throughout the year, we still have a lot of physical training, so it's just been really hard to recover and try to get back to doing all the things that I want to be doing.
Does that cause you a lot of worry, kind of sleeplessness? How do you handle that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just kind of always on my mind. I mean, I wake up and I know it's there, and it's just kind of like a cloud hanging over my head that I want to push through and move forward with. And now that I'm done with my training, now's a good time to start getting back to recovering and hopefully getting better again.
Yeah. Tell us about the sense of belonging and camaraderie you feel.
That's definitely with the military in general, and I'm sure that anyone in any branch could feel that, but especially at the academy. I mean, as a freshman, I have 3 other classes on top of me that, you know, as much as it seems like they're out to get me, you know, they're really there helping me and kind of hold my hand through the way. And as a follower, you know, I'm looking up to them and working with them. So it's really a huge family environment there, and it's just nice to be around so many people that, you know, are willing to help you and have the resources to help you. And then just with the military in general, you know, I have all my brothers and sisters in arms, and regardless of whether I know them or not, you know, I know they'd have my back no matter what.
Over the last year, what's been your favorite part of this?
Finishing boot camp, definitely. I was really relieved to be done with that. And I'd say just meeting a lot of new friends there. It's really cool to have people from all over the country and throughout the world too. You know, we have a lot of international students, so it's just so cool to be around so many different people from different backgrounds. You know, it's definitely not the same experience I had at the community college. It's people from all different backgrounds, all different ethnicities, different religions, and I'm getting to learn a lot about different people and where they came from.
So Do you think that being like involved in hardships every day and difficulties kind of forges your friendships even deeper?
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's a lot of what our training is freshman year. It's really to, learn how to work as a team and work together, rely on everyone. And, as much as it sucks going through it, everyone's there right by your side. We're all encouraging each other. A lot of the training that we do requires teamwork in the sense that, you physically wouldn't be able to do it without someone else carrying your rucksack, carrying the charge, this big like metal log that we have to carry, lifting you up when you're doing push-ups or whatever.
What part has God played in that whole process for you?
Definitely getting me back to that school. I think it was definitely hard for me to, I knew I wanted to go back, but it's hard to, after being like defeated and rejected like that, it's definitely hard to try to, come back and find courage within yourself to go back and try again, because I knew it wasn't going to be a for sure thing if I was going to be able to stay. And it was definitely scary to put myself in the same situation that had been like hurt me so much before. So I think God was able to, give me strength to make the right choice and be able to come back to school like that. And I just remember graduating from boot camp and starting the school year about a week later, and just walking around in my classes, walking around the academy, and just being so thankful and literally thanking God every day that I was able to be at that school and make it through boot camp again. And I'm just really blessed to be there.
And it feels like we've had kind of a small part of it, and there's so many people here praying for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think that has the prayers of your friends here? Do you think that's made a difference?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way I could have done it without them, especially this summer. I know you guys were my prayer warriors then. That was when I needed it most. Every day was an absolutely constant struggle. I was on and off crutches, the boot, in the middle of a valley on my crutches. So I really needed you guys then, and everyone was there for me, and through the school year as well. So I don't think I would be sitting here right now in this uniform if that hadn't been done.
What do the next few years look like for you?
Well, this summer I just got picked up for the jump program, so I'm going to get my parachute wings, which I'm pretty excited about. Then I have survival training after that, which is not as exciting. And then sophomore year, basically I just start getting into my majors classes. I'm a biology major, so I'll start getting into, the basics of that. And as a sophomore, I'll be working with a freshman, so I'm considered like a sophomore coach. So I get to start moving into like a leadership position within my squadron, which I think it'll be really cool to start working with, someone younger than me and kind of show them the ropes. And then junior and senior year, it kind of follows on that. We're just put into higher leadership positions. We start becoming officers within the squadron and have a more responsibility, and then also more freedom as well, and a lot more exciting opportunities. We have a lot of ways to travel through the academy, and everything's paid for, and then visiting different bases to kind of see what we like and what jobs we're interested in.
So do you have any idea now what you hope to graduate into?
I really like physical therapy, and I'm really interested in doing working with wounded warriors, doing like the Wounded Warrior Project, and working with amputees. There's not a lot of opportunities for it throughout the Air Force, so I might be looking at another job until I can get into med school and like specifically physical therapy school, but it's definitely what I'm interested in right now.
Going back, what are some of the fears that are kind of in the back of your mind?
I'm still just dealing with my foot and dealing with an injury and trying to come back from that. I think just trying to stay motivated and realize that it doesn't have to be like this forever, and try to constantly work on that. Running is probably the biggest thing. I'm pretty nervous about our survival training, just because I've heard it's pretty miserable, but people get through it, and I think that's definitely one thing we learn at school is, once you get through it and you're on the other side, you feel like you can do almost anything they throw at you, so it's a pretty cool sense of accomplishment. And then just learning to become a leader, it's not, 3 years isn't a long amount of time, before I'm going to graduate and, be an officer in the Air Force and in charge of a troop of enlisted men and women. So there's definitely a lot riding on us, and at a pretty young age. So I guess just taking all my leadership skills and learning to be the best leader I can, and hopefully, coming out with a good way of knowing how to work with people, I guess.
So as you go back, how can your Quest family here best support you?
I think definitely just keep praying for me, finishing up freshman year strong, academically as well as physically. I've got a physical fitness test coming up, my makeup one, because I didn't do too hot on the first one with the running. So just praying that I'm going to be able to pass the run test for sure, and just continue to be successful.
Is there anything you want to say to the Quest family?
I just want to thank you guys for always being there, always supporting me. I mean, I know I'm not home too much, but whenever I'm here, it's so good to see you guys, so good to be in church. I genuinely miss being here. Church there is definitely not the same as being at home at the Quest. So I appreciate all your guys' support and definitely the prayers as well. So if you can keep that up, I'd really appreciate it. And it's always nice to see you guys' faces.